Good morning, dear students, and welcome back. I'm Miss Meisaء with you. I'm going to give you grade, you are 12th grade, and the unit is Unit 5. Welcome back, and today we have a lesson for grade 12, and this is Unit 5. Unit 5 is very important, and it's talking about some rights. We need to know about them. The title of this unit is called Civil Rights. The title is Civil Rights. And the subtitle is that we are going to talk about human rights and the difference between human rights and civil rights, and also sometimes social, if we have any social rights. To have some information about what are the rights and what their importance, we're going to have a summary about the main idea of the whole lesson. The first one is saying human rights are the rights which one acquires by being alive. So there is a difference between human rights as being alive and a civil right. So human rights are the rights which one acquires by being alive, whereas civil rights are the rights one obtains by being a legal member of a certain political life. Also, civil rights are guaranteed, and they guarantee for us equal social opportunities and equal protection under the law, regardless of race, religion, or other personal characteristics. As well, civil and political rights are a class of rights that protects individuals' freedom from violation by governments, social organizations, and private individuals. Here it means that our civil and political rights are guaranteed by our governments and some of the social organizations and private individuals. So here it says civil and political rights are a class of rights that protects. So the word protects refers to the word class. So that's why it has an S. Okay, so it protects individuals' freedom from violation by governments, social organizations, and private individuals. Number 5, the last point, says that civil rights are an essential component of democracy. So civil rights are an essential component of democracy. Now let's see what are the new vocabulary. We have some of the new words and their meanings. As you can see here very clearly, the first word is vote, which is a verb. Vote is a verb, and it means a formal choice you take in an election, as the picture shows you. So the word vote means a formal choice you take in an election. Number 2, guarantee. Guarantee is a verb and noun at the same time. So the word guarantee is verb and noun at the same time. To give an assurance that something will be done right. To give an assurance that something will be done right. Number 3, the word violation. Violation is a noun, and it means an action that breaks a law or an agreement or a principle. So violation means an action that breaks a law or breaks an agreement or breaks a principle. Number 4, discrimination. Discrimination, which is a noun also, here it means the practice of treating someone less fairly than others. As you can see in the picture, that someone is kicked out because maybe of his color, the color of his skin, or something else. So here, discrimination, which is a noun, means the practice of treating someone less fairly than others. Number 5, repression. Repression means, and it is also a noun, it means using force to control a group of people and restrict their freedom, to prevent them from applying or practicing their freedom. So here the word repression means using force to control a group of people and restrict their freedom. Number 6, still we have some words. Number 6, the word restraints. As you can see in the picture, restraints means rules which limit what can people do. So restraints, which is a noun here, means rules which limit what can people do. Trial. Trial, as you can see in the picture, it is also a noun. A legal process to decide if someone is guilty or not. So trial, which is a noun, means a legal process to decide if someone is guilty or not. And the opposite of the word guilty is innocent. Number 8, the word deny. Deny here is a verb to say that something is not true. So the word deny, which is a verb, it means to say that something isn't true. The last word here, legislation. Legislation here, which is a noun, means a law or a set of laws. So legislation is a law or a set of laws. These are the words, all of them the new vocabulary. Now we have an exercise regarding vocabulary, and we are going to answer it. They say, choose the appropriate answer, which is given, which is from A, B, or C. We have the first one. It says, human rights are guaranteed to each individual in society. So, is it after death, during lifetime, or after the age of 18? Number 2 says, I want you to think with me and then we'll answer together. In comparison with civil rights, human rights, and we have a blank here, A says, are given to individuals by the government, or number B, are acquired by God, C, are freedoms made by the individuals themselves. Number 3 says, the right to use public facilities is an example of A, human right, natural right, or civil right. Now let's try to answer the first one, and then we'll move to the second page. But now here, the first one says, human rights are guaranteed to each individual in society after death. No, I don't think so. What he will do after death? During lifetime or after the age of 18? No, it is, the answer is B, and it is during lifetime. So the answer here is during lifetime. Number 2, in comparison with civil rights, human rights, is it are given to individuals by the government, are acquired by God, are freedoms made by the individual themselves? The human rights are acquired by God. So the answer is number 2, as you can see, or B. Number 3, the right to use public facilities is an example of human right, natural right, civil right. The right to use public facilities is an example of civil right. The answer is C. Let's move to the second page, which is talking about the rest of sentences. The second one says here, sentence number 4, it's blank to prevent people from participating in political life. Urgent, or legal, or illegal. Number 5, legislations are formed by the government to, and we have blank, that people enjoy their civil rights. Look at these 2 sentences and let's try to answer them. Yes, again. So the word is, the first one, number 4. Number 4 says, it is to prevent people from participating in political life. Urgent, legal, or illegal? Yeah, of course, it is illegal to prevent people from participating in political life. Number 5, legislations are formed by the government to blank, that people enjoy their civil rights. Is the answer assure, ignore, protect? Is it assure or ignore or protect? Legislations are formed by the government to assure that people enjoy their civil rights. These are all the exercise. This is the exercise about vocabulary. Now let's move to something else. Let's move to grammar. And in the grammar here we have relative clauses. In the grammar we are going to talk about relative clauses. Let's see what is the rule first, and then we'll move to answer a very important exercise relating to this rule. Relative clauses, we use some of the relative pronouns, and we should know and differentiate between each one, how do we use it and when we are going to use it. For example, the first one, who. Who, we use it with a person when the person here is a subject. So who, we use it for a person or people or human beings, and if they are subjects. Okay, so who for the subject. Number two, whom. Also we use it with human beings or people or a person, but when it is an object. It is in the sentence, is an object, not a subject. Number three, we have which or that, which we use it with things, and the word that sometimes we use it also with group of people. We can sometimes use the word that with a group of people. So until now, who, number one, with a person or people when they are or subject. Number two, whom, also for person or people when they are objects. Number three, which or that, we use it with things and sometimes with people if they are a group of people. Number four, whose. We use whose for position. When you obtain something, when you have something, here we use the word whose. So we use it for position. Number five, where. We use it for place. We use where for a place. If it is a place we work in or study in, or sometimes we live in. But when we say the word in, we'll have now a note about it later. Now, number six, we have the word when, telling about time. When we talk about time, we use when. There's a very important note we should pay attention to, which says here, if we have a place plus the preposition in, we should use which instead of where. So here, in this note, if we have a place and we have the preposition in, we shouldn't use where, we should use the word which. And there is an example in our book which says, London is the city in which Shakespeare was born. We don't say, if we don't have in, we can say, London is the city where Shakespeare was born without the preposition in. But if there is in, we have to use it. Here, if we have in, we should use it in. Here, the word in, if we use it, we are going to use which. If we don't have it, we can use where. If there is no in, we can use where. Without in. In should be omitted. So here, London is the city in which Shakespeare was born, or we can say London is the city where Shakespeare was born. So here, again, very quickly, let's read them. Who for a person when it is a subject. Whom for a person when it is an object. Which or that for things in general. And for whose for position. Where for a place. When for time. And the important note says that a place plus in equals which. We shouldn't use where. We should use which. And the example here is very clear. London is the city in which Shakespeare was born. Now we have a grammar exercise we are going to answer. Yalla. Number one, they give us some of words and they want us to use them in the appropriate place and to use what is the suitable relative pronoun for every sentence. The words are bodyguard, photocopier, plumber, vacuum cleaner, and laundrette. Okay, so the words are bodyguard, photocopier, plumber, vacuum cleaner, and laundrette. Let's see what are the sentences and how can we answer them. I'll give you 1 minute to think about the answer. I'm going to read first. A blank is a machine. Blank makes copies of documents. 2. A is a person. Blank protects important people from being attacked. 3. A blank is a place with washing machines. Blank you can wash your clothes. A blank is a person. Blank job is to mend central heating, taps, etc. 5. A blank is a machine. Blank you use to clean floors and carpets. 6. My grandmother always remembers the days blank she was young. I add number 6. It is not written in your book, but I add it in order to use a particular pronoun that you will need it. Okay, so I add the last one in order to tell you about the last preposition, the last pronoun you will need it. Now I'll give you 1 minute in order to think about the answer. Ready? Yalla. Can I write? I need the pen. Thank you. Okay, thanks. So, ready for answering? Yalla, let's go. Number 1. A is a machine, makes copies of documents. Since we are talking about copies, so I think here the word is the photocopier. So the answer here, a photocopier is machine. And the appropriate word here, we need it as a pronoun, which makes copies of documents. So, a photocopier is a machine which makes copies of documents. Number 2. Since we are talking about a person, we don't have just the word bodyguard. Very good. So the answer is, a bodyguard is a person Since we are talking about person, so here the word is who. So the pronoun, the relative pronoun is, the appropriate one is who. Protects important people from being attacked. So a bodyguard is a person who protects important people from being attacked. Number 3, they say is a place with washing machines. What is it? Yes, very good. It is laundrette. So the word laundrette, which is a place I know it is a long word, but we should learn it. Laundrette is, they say, is a place with washing machines. So since that they say it is a place, so here we are going to use the word where you can wash your clothes. So a laundrette is a place with washing machines where you can wash your clothes. Number 4, a is a person. Job is to mend central heating taps, etc. A plumber. A plumber is a person. The second B, my dear, is not pronounced. The word plumber is a person. Job, since we are talking about his job, something he owns, so we use whose. Whose job is to mend central heating taps, etc. So a plumber is a person whose job is to mend central heating, taps, etc. Number 5, A is a machine. And what is left here? We have the word vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner. So a vacuum cleaner is a machine It is a long word, as you can see. A vacuum cleaner is a machine you use to clean floors and carpets. Here also we can use which or that. So in order to change, we can say that you use. We can use either that or which. Both are correct. So here a vacuum cleaner is a machine that you use to clean floors and carpets. The last one, my grandmother always remembers the days. Since we are talking about days, which means time, so here we are going to use the word when she was young. And we know this is a habit in our grandparents. All the time they are comparing between their days and ours. So my grandmother always remembers the days when she was young. Now I'm going to read them after we answer them all. The words are bodyguard, photocopier, plumber, vacuum cleaner, and laundrette. The first one. A photocopier is a machine which makes copies of documents. 2. A bodyguard is a person who protects important people from being attacked. 3. A laundrette is a place with washing machines where you can wash your clothes. 4. A plumber is a person whose job is to mend central heating, taps, etc. 5. A vacuum cleaner is a machine that or which you can use to clean floors and carpets. 6. My grandmother always remembers the days when she was young. Now we'll move to everyday English. As you know that in every unit we have some expressions about everyday English in order to help us to use English well. And the title of Everyday English here today is talking about complaints and apologies. Complaints means if something is wrong and you want to tell the other person that this thing is wrong, how can you deal with it? And then if he discovers that he's doing something wrong to you, he will apologize. So that's why now we'll talk about complaints and apologies. Here we have a lady who comes to the person and tells him that there is something wrong, and we'll see how did he answer her. We'll have a dialogue here between a lady and a person in charge. The lady says here, I'm afraid I have a complaint to make. Oh dear, please take a seat. I'm sorry to bother you, but the bill you sent me was incorrect. Incorrect, ma'am? That's very strange. Yes, I know. And that's what's more, this isn't the first time. Really? I can't believe it. It has happened 5 or 6 times in the last 3 months. It really isn't good enough. Well, I must apologize, ma'am. It is the new computer. Well, don't you think it's about the time you got it working properly? It's very inconvenient. You're right. I'm awfully sorry about it. I assure you it won't happen again. So the dialogue here between a lady and the man in charge, they were talking about something bad and he blamed the computer. So I'll read it again. I'm afraid I have a complaint to make. Oh dear, please take a seat. I'm sorry to bother you, but the bill you sent me was incorrect. Incorrect, ma'am? That's very strange. Yes, I know. And what's more, this isn't the first time. Really? I can't believe it. It's happened 5 or 6 times in the last 3 months, and it really isn't good enough. Well, I must apologize, ma'am. It is the new computer. Well, don't you think it's about time you got it working properly? It is very inconvenient. You are right. I'm awfully sorry about it. I assure you it won't happen again. Now we'll move to the last step in our lesson today, which is pronunciation. Let's see what the rule of pronunciation we have here. In this lesson, they give us some information about something which is called voiced or voiceless consonants. So the pronunciation rule here is dealing with voiced and voiceless consonants. The rule says, all sounds are either voiced or voiceless. So all sounds are either voiced or voiceless. What is the difference between them, or how can we differentiate between them? They said here, voiced consonants are those that make our vocal cords vibrate when they are produced. So voiced consonants are those that make our vocal cords vibrate when they are produced. Whereas voiceless consonants are those that don't make our vocal cords vibrate when they are produced. Voiceless consonants are those that don't make our vocal cords vibrate when they are produced. Examples: the word bet. The B sound is voiced. So here they say in the word bet, the B sound is voiced because our vocal cords vibrate. Whereas in the word pet, the P is voiceless. In the word pet, the P sound is voiceless. Try it, my dear, and check if your vocal cords will vibrate or not. Here we have some letters. They will tell us, and they will give us a table about what are the voiceless sounds and the voiced sounds. I prepared for you this in order that you will know how to differentiate between them. If you can memorize them, it will be very good for you. That's why I explain even the phonetics writing, which you don't know about these sounds. So here, all of them, let's read and practice in order, and it is better for you to memorize what are the letters in order that if you have exams, you will apply them for your examples. Number one, here we'll talk about voiceless sounds. Voiceless sounds. The letters are P, T, K, F, Th, like in the word three. This letter or this phonetic you don't know about. So I wrote it for you as the word. I gave you example, which is three. So here we pronounce the th, three. Number 6, we have the letter S. 7, we have the letter sh, which is S and H. We say sh, like the word shoes, shine. And number 8, ch, like this, which like in the word chair, church, teacher. Okay, so the letter ch, which is strong. So again, the voiceless sounds are P, R, P, T, K, F, Th, S, Sh, Ch. Again, P, T, K, F, Th, S, Sh, and Ch. These are the sounds which are voiceless. Our vocal cords don't vibrate. Whereas the voiced sounds are J, 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 Z, the, like in the word these, like in the word these. So, and for number 2, I write for you the letter which is J with a dot, this one. I write it for you in order to know what is this letter for. So we have J, like in the word judge, and we have J. Okay, 3, Z. 4, the, like in the word these, that, this, those, all this we pronounce the. 5, V. 6, G. 7, D. 8, B. 9, ing, like in ing. When we say ing, we pronounce the G. But when we read it in any word, for example, swimming, driving, playing. So this is how do we pronounce it. And the last letter, number 10, which is R letter, like R. Sometimes when we say car, clear, sometimes we don't pronounce it even, not in every single word, when it is, especially when it is final. So the voiced sounds are J, J, Z, Th, V, G, D, B, N, R. These are the voiced and voiceless sounds. I hope you can memorize them in order to answer well in your exams. And here we have an exercise, the last exercise about this. They want us to know what are the words which are voiced or voiceless. Now let's read them and then choose. They want us just to tick. They say tick if it is voiced or voiceless. The words are answer, and here we are dealing with the first letter. Okay, my dear? We are dealing with the first letter. First or last? Let me check. Sing. The last letter, my dear, sorry. The last letter of the sentence, of the word. We are dealing with them in order to know if they are voiced or voiceless. Sometimes they'll ask you about the first, so pay attention and be clear when you memorize the letters. So the words are answer, laugh, sick, show, run, sing. And we have rest in the other page. Let's see the first one, which is voiced or voiceless. Try to think. For example, the word answer is R. Voiced or voiceless? You remember when we explained them before. So the word answer, it is voiced. True. So the word, because letter R is voiced. Whereas the word laugh, the F is voiceless. The F here, the last letter, GH, which we pronounce as F, is voiceless. What about the word sick? The K, if you go back to the first page, the K is voiceless. The word sick. Show, the O letter here is voiced. Show. Run, the N is also voiced. Run. Sing, also voiced. So we have just two words which are voiceless, laugh and sick. Let's move to the second page. The rest of the words are ash, young, path, judge. The rest of the words are ash, young, path, and judge. The word ash is voiceless. Ash is voiceless. CH, this one, is voiceless. The word young, the G here is voiced. The G is voiced. Path, path, you remember? Path, th is voiceless. This one, th, like in the word three. And the last word, judge, is also voiced. The word judge also is voiced. So this is, the word ash is voiceless, young, voiced, path, voiceless, judge, voiced. That's all for today for Unit 5. I hope you enjoyed and you have benefited from this unit. Thank you so much. We have Supervisor Miss Lubna Abu Saleh and the teacher Meisaء Khalaf, and the teacher Yusra is with us always, and we can't thank her enough for all her effort. Thank you so much. Wish to meet you again.